One thing that I have definitely been vocal about on this channel when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2 is my dislike for these game key cards. But I do understand that they serve their purpose for certain games that aren't going to be able to fit on the actual 64 GB cartridge that Nintendo offers for these games. And one example of that is Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. And although I've been very critical of a lot of these third-party publishers putting their games on key cards, I think if you're going to do that, this is the way to do it, because Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is going to be releasing on a key card for only $40. I think that's fair, considering that the game will not fit on a true physical cartridge. And I know a lot of people could say they're lazy, they need to optimize better. But if optimizing further enough to fit this game down to a 64 GB cartridge would hurt the overall quality of the game, then maybe that's something that wouldn't be the best thing to do. As much as I do love and prefer true physical media, I would rather get a better version of this game if cutting down the file size further would hurt the performance and the resolution, the graphics, and all of that. Now, whether it can be done or not, we don't know. I do know that CD Projekt Red was able to fit Cyberpunk 2077 onto a Nintendo Switch 2 cartridge, but you know, we're not developers. I'm not a game developer, so I don't know. You know, these are kind of a case-by-case thing. But I will say that this is the most consumer-friendly keycard release that I have seen, because it is going to come with a reversible artwork cover. It's even going to come with a Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy booster card, which I believe has a value of like $6 or $7 for the pre-orders. And I think when you compare this to other releases like Atlas and Sega releasing Persona 3 Reload on a game key card when it could have fit on a cartridge, no DLC, nothing extra included, for $60, Square Enix is looking really good with this release. And I hope it can get more third-party publishers to do better, either putting their game on a key card or knocking down the price. I mean, not a key card, but on a true cartridge. Or if they're not going to do that, then knock down the price on these key cards and don't put them at $60 or $70. I can't understand if it's a game that's too big to fit on the cartridge and you're going to release it day and date with other consoles, then I guess that would be fair. But I believe I did even hear, now I just kind of read this online on Twitter somewhere, that Resident Evil Requiem for the Switch 2 is actually going to be $10 cheaper than all the other versions. So I just think that this is a good example going forward. If your game's not going to fit on the cartridge and it's an older release, at least price it fairly. I have to give Square Enix some kudos for this, although I'm not happy about them putting all their other games that can fit on cartridges on game key cards. Hey, at least they did good with this one release. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, if you like Nintendo Switch 1 and 2 content. And I will catch you on the next one.